Okay. Namaste. Thank you for joining. This is a mindful yoga, and today is Swadhyaya that I written today. It's a Sanskrit word, but basically it's a self Svadhyaya. It's a Sanskrit word, but when we study yoga philosophy, it comes up, and Svadhyaya is a self-study, so self-inquiry. So self means ourself, right? So we tend to seek to improve ourselves outside, but it's actually inside. It's everything is here inside. So just needs to find it. So traditionally, they study. Ancient people studies, religious text or those ancient texts to improve their spirituality. That's also included as well. Yeah, but it's our spirit and spirituality. And I want to read one quote. It comes from Thich Nhat Hanh. Well, you might realize that Thich Nhat Hanh is, I've been referring him quite a lot these days. And he's a Vietnamese Zen master, Buddhist monk. And yeah, he does a very simple teaching. Sometimes like religious teaching or those spiritual teaching is quite complicated or hard to understand, but he really makes it accessible for everyone. So I like that. So the self-inquiry, or we study ourselves, right? So yoga, we always seeking to find ourself, how our body is, how our mind is. But anyway, so the quote, it goes, be yourself and become the master of yourself. You are not a victim. When you are always yourself, and when you practice yoga, walking, meditation, you are concentrated on your steps, movement, your inhalation, exhalation, because mindfulness and concentration are in you. Every breath, every pose, every steps and transition nourish you and enrich you and bring you the energy of understanding and energy of love. If you are not yourself, how can you listen others deeply? How can you be able to offer anything to others? So you have to be yourself. So in that mind, I like to study today. So we pay attention to our inhalation. It's a pretty simple inhalation and exhalation, and every moves and every steps, and also transition. Just pay attention. Then we use our body to experience yourself, right? So we can read a book, but actually that's not your experience. Of course, we have a lot of inspiration, but using your body is something that you can really experience yourself. So I think that's what is yoga practice is. So in that mind, let's come to the seat and be comfortable of the seated position and close our eyes. Or maybe your hands can be chin mudra. Chin mudra is the index finger, thumb tips together, resting on your knees or on your leg. And soften your gaze, or half closed or all the way closed. And noticing the breath, inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. So notice that your breath. Notice how inhalation feels like in your body, and how exhalation feels like in your body. When you are healthy and when you are able to pay attention, your breath can be easy. But when that health's gone and when your state of mind is not peaceful, breath can be harder to pay attention. You might bring our awareness to any body parts that are connecting to the earth. So as we always practice, between the sits bone, back of the pubic bone, there is a pelvic floor muscle group. We bring our awareness there, engage the muscle there and squeeze and pull it up, as if we are moving our awareness through the spine upward and reaching to the top of your head. And on our exhalation, we descend our awareness through the spine down to the pelvic floor and going back to the root. And you might visualize of rooting, so spreading the roots deep down to the earth. Now when you inhale, again send the energy or awareness upward to the top of your head. Maybe visualize to open the window at the top of your head and picking up to the sky. Today's a cloudy day. And we are cultivating the spaciousness and the vastness of sky towards ourselves. And send energy downward. And continue this way to breathe, going up and down through the spine. So that awareness actually helps to find our center, the center vertical line. That's really center of our body. It's so beneficial to have that sense awareness. And continue to follow the breath. And a few more. And let's together inhale, hands reach out and up. And exhale, bring our palms together to heart center. You might bow your head and set your intention or dedication for today's practice. And slowly open our eyes. So let's come on to our knees, hands and knees. So if you like to have some support, you might have something under your knees. And palms under the shoulders, open your fingers wide. So actually, this Monday was the first day of spring. So first day of springtime and winter time, we have a little bit different practice. So you might realize I'm changing it a little bit. Open your fingers wide. And inhale, right hand upward and gazing up. I'm gonna exhale, round our back. And then reaching our right hand under, but we are not coming down yet. I'm gonna exhale, round our back. And a few more times. Inhale. Open your fingers wide and reaching. Then on our exhalation, round our back. Last one. Inhale. Hands reach up. Then exhale. This time bringing our right shoulder, right ear to the mat. Twist. Then left hand goes forward and touch to the ground. A nice twist to our lower back. Also nice openness to the shoulder. Then on your right hand, make a fist, squeeze. Then on our exhalation, let it go. And do a few more rounds like that. Squeeze the fist. On our exhalation, let it go. So when you let go your fingers, we are letting the tension away. Relaxing the side of your head. And a jar, facial expression. So you might stay here, or you might bring your left hand, wrap around your waistline, catch your right thigh, or you might stretch your left leg back. Then gradually release and slowly unwind. Left hand down. Sorry. Right hand up and open our chest. And then exhale, slowly release. Okay. We'll do the other side. Left hand up and open. And then exhale. Bring our left hand under. And we'll continue. Left hand up. Open your fingers wide. And exhale, land our back. A few more times. Okay, last one. Then bring our left shoulder to the ground and side of your head to the ground as well. And feel the pressure on left side of the head. And right hand forward, touch to the ground. Then make a fist with your left hand, squeeze, and on your exhalation, let it go. Continue doing that, so. So we are releasing the tension. So you might stay there, or you might bring your right hand behind your wrap around your body, or maybe stretch your right leg back. And if you are releasing your right knee back, and if you are wrapping around your right hand, bring your right hand to the ground and rising up, left hand to the sky. And then exhale, let's release. So let's do cat and cow, tucking our toes under. And then inhale, looking up, chest drop. And then exhale, round our back, tucking our navel in, head down. And continue, few more. And notice how you can lounge back and how you can open the front and chest open. Okay. And then gradually back to center, tabletop. right? Then straight our right leg back and ball of the foot back and down. So we are stretching the back of the right leg. Feels good. And if you like to bring all the way to, the weight to the right leg all the way, lift your left knee. Or maybe work on some core, left knee towards your chest. One more breath. And exhale. Let's bring our left knee to the ground and right leg up and left hand forward. Balance. Inhale, stretch. Then on our exhalation, bring our knee to the elbow. And we're going to continue. A few more rounds. And stretch. And bring our left hand down to the mat. Left foot outside. Right hand to the sky. And push your right heel to the sky and, right heel to the back and right finger to the sky. It's like a half moon pose, but the knee down. And then bring our right heel to the ground. Then right arm moving forward. Maybe touch to your ear, lengthening the right side of the body, especially the right pelvis and lower back. One more breath. Excellent. And slowly come to the table. Let's come to child pose, sitting down towards your heel and resting. Connecting with our breath. Okay. Then open our fingers wide, then rising up to table. We're going to do the other side. So your left leg is back, and ball of the left foot is ground, and left heel is back in down. And stretch the Achilles tendon, back of the knee calf, and hamstring. Then if you like to give more pressure or more weight to your left leg, lift your right knee off the ground. Then maybe working onto some core, right knee towards the chest. Okay, and then release our right knee. Then left leg up and right hand forward and balance the pose. Then inhale, reaching. Then exhale, bring our knee to the elbow. Let's go on 4 more times. And then stretch. Then bring our right hand to the ground. Then right foot outside. Then left hand to the sky. You might keep your left leg up in the sky or up in the air, or left leg to the ground. And feel the openness to the chest and fingers wide. Okay. And then gradually lower your left leg down and find the openness to the left hip joint. Left hand move forward. Stretch the left side of your body. One more breath. Okay. Then gradually we will come back. Now let's come to downward facing dog. Or you might choose to be child pose as you like. And relax our head. Relax our neck and shoulder. Maybe stepping right and left. Okay. And then when you are ready, slowly walking forward towards your hands. Then grab our elbows and head down, bending forward. And if you like, swing side to side. Find the length to the lower back. I haven't done yoga for 4 days, so I feel like, wow, so much opening my body. All right, so let go your hands, right hand to the ground, or you might use the block. Where's my block here? And left hand to the sky. So bending our right knee more than the left side. You might bend your left knee as well, or you might stretch your left leg. But feel the stretch to the IT band or outer edge of the leg on left side. And you might be staying here or left hand behind you, catch your right thigh or lower back. Or maybe bringing your right hand between the leg and connect it, full bind. Notice the breath in and out breath. One more breath. All right. Slowly lower your hips. You might sit on a block or you might not sit on a block. So it's a Malasana. I'm just facing forward how it looks like. So elbow or your arm is coming inside of the leg. And if you can, do not lounge your back and moving our pelvis forward and chest forward and keep your spine up. Feel the openness to the legs, hip joint, but you can sit on a block too if that's too much to your knees. Okay, so let's expand our hands. So you might keep sitting. So you can do it one block or two block. That's an option as well. Okay, let me do it today this way. So right hand inside of the right knee, left hand up. And feel the expansion of the chest. Then bring our hands behind you. Then you might bring your hands wrap around and maybe catching the other side of the hand, or maybe not. Or you might use the belt to connect it. Opening our shoulders and gathering the shoulder blade at the back. Then we'll release. Other side. Left hand inside, right hand to the sky. And I feel the openness to the chest. And maybe gazing to the upper hand. You might stay here or you might bring your hands behind. Or maybe use the belt to catch that hand. One more breath. Okay, then release. All right, let's bring our head down and bottom up. And this time, Left hand down, right hand to the sky. So we are bending our left knee more than the right. And finding the light outer edge of the leg. IT band to stretch. And you might stay here, or you might bring your right hand behind to catch the left leg, or bind left hand between the leg and catching the right hand. You might bring your head down. For me, it's really hard to bring my head down. Okay, now release it. Soften our knees, round our back. Let's slowly coming up to the standing position. Okay, my head is cut off, so I need to move a little bit. All right. So now we are bringing our feet to the ground. Feet is hip distance apart. Do you remember breath of joy? Let's see if I can do that one. Not sure if I can. Oh, let's do. So breath of joy goes inhale, hands forward, exhale, hands to the side. Inhale forward. Then on your exhalation, say ha and drop your arms down or head down. But if you are dizzy, you don't need to bring your head down. So let's go on. Inhale, exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Continue. So when you say ha, you're letting go our tension. Few more. And last one. Then slowly roll ourselves up to standing. And feet is going a little bit apart and pointing your toes outward. We swing our hands wrap around our body. So when you wrap your hands, we are tapping our kind of lower back right and left side, which is kidney. Also, you can tap your chest, if the shoulder, wherever you need to tap. Wherever you want to activate or letting go the tension. And go on. And if you like to incorporate Kapalabhati, forceful exhalation through the nose, exhale, exhale, and twist. 5, 4, 3, 2, gradually come to center. Feel the ground and feel the top of your head reaching to the sky. Okay. Then you might face into the longer side of the mat. Then gradually moving our toes out, heels out, toes out and heels out. Then stand in a wider stance. And feet is parallel to each other. Okay. Then inhale, hands reach out and open our chest. Then exhale, bend your elbows and hands come to the back. Interlace your fingers. Then inhale, pull our hands back and lift our chest up. Then on our exhalation, bend your knees, bend forward. And maybe knuckles up. Or maybe not. You might keep your knees bent, or you might gradually lifting our sacrum or tailbone high up and straighten our legs. Just experience with your body how that the body works. Your body works. Then we're gonna come out from this pose, bend your knees. Then inhale, put our hands back and up, then rising up. And let go our hands and reaching our hands to the side and point your right toe. This is my right toe. I'm not doing mirror today somehow. All right, bend your right knee. Warrior two. So your pelvis is most likely facing to the side or longer side of the mat. And grounding your left foot, back foot, grounding to find the openness to the left hip crease. Warrior two. Inhale, rising up. Then we're gonna do the other side. So we're gonna switch the right toe pointing to the longer side of the mat and left toe shorter side of the mat. Warrior two. So your knee toe goes same direction and ground in the back foot and find the hip crease opens. Then putting our backhand away from you to find the length to the front of the arms and also the chest. Excellent. Inhale, rising up. Then pivot your toes pointing to the longer side of the mat. So now bring your feet a little bit closer. Okay. Let's do Trikonasana, triangle pose. So right toe point to the shorter side of the mat. Then left foot to the ground and right hand reach forward. Then left foot to the ground, right hand reach again. And keep your torso over the right leg. And right hand come to the right leg, left hand to the sky. So find the great openness to the left side of your body. You might use a block here. Especially your left pelvis. And gazing up to your upper hand in air. So even this is a side of bending pose. It's kind of bending towards the ground, but intention is reaching up. And feel the openness of the chest and open your fingers wide. Maybe open your eyes wide to look to that left fingers. Last breath. When you come out, bend your right knee. Then slowly rising. Okay, so now switch. Your right toe point to the longer side of the mat and left toe is pointing to the shorter side of the mat. And if you decide to use a block comes to the outside of the foot. So that's really helpful because your torso, it's like as if you have a wall at your back. Your torso is just over the leg. So your hand is not coming inside of the leg, it's more to the outside. So let's try that. So starting from always the ground, your right foot and left foot is the ground. Then hands to the side. Inhale. And then exhale, reaching our left hand towards your left toe. Then ground and reach and ground and reach. And try to align your torso over the leg. So wherever your hands touch, so just be, and right hand to the sky. You might slide your left hand a little bit further downward, or maybe to the block. If that's too much to your knee, you might slightly bend your left knee. And find openness to the pelvis, especially on right side. Then again, intention is moving, reaching up. Even we are bending to the side, or your head is closer to the ground, your right hand is reaching up, open. One more breath. All right, bend your left knee. Then push your arms away, lighting up. And come to center. Hands release. Then point our toes out. It's kind of a big stance again. So might be feet is moving away. Then bending your left knee. But I want you to be careful about the knee cap pointing the same direction as the toe. So moving side to side. You might rest your hands on your thigh, or if you like, you might reach our hands forward. Okay, so if you are comfortable, you can come all the way down too. But just notice how your body feels and what body needs at the moment. You can use the block, then you can come halfway. So in this in this movement, we are strengthening our buttock muscle, which is a glute. Also, we are strengthening our thigh muscle and opening our hips. But if your knee is not so comfortable, you are not pushing yourself, then gradually come into the center. Then pointing your knees out, the toes out and knees at the same direction, and the hands might rest on your thigh. Then we're going to twist, roll our shoulder end. So whichever the shoulder, let's start from left shoulder end and look to your right side. Then come to center. You might rise up to just relax your thigh, legs. Then on our exhalation, coming lower again, right shoulder in. Inhale to center. Then exhale the other way. And we're going to go on like this. So what we are doing is so many things, but we are releasing the lower back, twisting, also opening our shoulder, also strengthening the glute, the thigh muscles, strengthening the legs. Okay, when you are down, come into center. Excellent. So let's slowly moving our feet in and heels in, toes in, and we are coming to stand. Feet is closer. All right. So now we are standing. Feet is, I'm just going back so that I can show my hands. Inhale, hands reach out and up. And grab our right hand with your right wrist with your left hand. Then inhale, reach our hands up. And on our exhalation, lengthen the right side, reach to the left. So again, grounding the feet to the mat is really helping. And then inhale to center, soften your knees, and exhale, drop your elbows. Just let's go, swing up and down. And then the other side, inhale, hands reach up. The other way, so grab the left wrist with your right hand. And then inhale, hands reach to the sky. And exhale to the right side. So we are lengthening the left side of your body. Always grounding to start so that we can reach up. All right. Then inhale, rising. Then exhale, let's drop your elbows, swing our hands up and down. All right, so feet is still together. Inhale, hands reach out and up. Then exhale, bring our palms together to heart center. And if you are not facing to the front of the mat, come to the front of the mat, please. Okay. And feet is together, grounding, and top of your head reaching to the sky. Let's practice paying attention to our breath, movement, transition, every steps to find ourselves. Take a big inhale, hands reach out and up, palms together at the top, and exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, half a left. Then exhale, bring our hands to the ground. You might bring your knee down to table or a plank pose. So decide how you want to be, plank or a tabletop. And tucking our navel and inhale. Then on our exhalation, you might bring your knee down, bend your elbow towards back, belly onto the ground. So on your belly. So let's do Sphinx pose. So Sphinx pose is like this. So forearm is to the ground. Then your fingers are pointing forward. And notice the middle finger can go straight forward, connecting the middle finger and your arm bone is nicely straight line. And try to see if you can bring your elbows a little bit closer towards the chest. Then squeeze our legs together or downward. Then inhale, lifting our chest and facing forward. All right, inhale, looking forward, lengthening the neck. Then on our exhalation, look to the right side. Look to the right side and lengthening the left side of the neck. And then inhale, come to center. And then exhale, look to your left side. And find the length to the right side of the neck. Then coming back to center, inhale. And then exhale, let go. And bring our arms by our side and one cheek down to the mat. And bend your knees. And moving our feet side to side. And relax our lower back. And relax our belly. And also massaging the front of your thigh, which is a quad. Okay, then release. So next one, it's called Shalabhasana. We lift our chest and legs at the same time. So reaching our hands out or to the back like a bird of a wing. Exhale, fully relax. And then inhale, lift up. Squeeze our glute. And find the strength at our back. And find the openness on the front of the body. And one more breath, inhale. And then exhale, let it go. Release. And palms under the shoulder. Let's come to child pose. Press yourself up and sitting down towards your heels, child pose. Or you might keep your hips higher, puppy pose. This is a child pose, and our puppy pose is chin down and lifting our hips higher. So whichever it's comfortable for you. Okay. Then when you are ready, slowly rising. Then we want to come to on our back. Have the belt with you, big loop. Have one block with you. Then let's lie down. Then block is coming under your hips and the legs goes up. So if you don't have a block, cushion module, but you want to have some height. So if cushion is too flat, you might have something, two of them. Okay, let me try this one. Then lifting our legs up. Then point your toes and flex. I'm just noticing how you can move your feet and toes. Then now circling. Circle. And then come back to center. Point your toes together. Legs together. And inhale. Open your legs wide. Then exhale. Push your heels out. Then bring your legs together. Let's continue. Point your toes and open wide. Then flex the legs together and point your toes. Then continue. Last one. Then hug, knee towards your chest. Or you can just relax the legs, shaking the legs in the air. Bend your knees. Plant your feet to the ground. So you are still having that something under your hip. So you might just stay here. It's a supported bridge pose, or you might straight one leg at a time. Some people like to both legs out, so you might do that as well. But if that's too much to your lower back, like me, you do one at a time. We are stretching the front of the hips, which is a hip flexor. Okay. Then slowly, we're gonna plant our feet to the ground. Then lift your pelvis up and let go whatever you have under your hip. Then keep your hips high and interlace your fingers. We want to come to bridge pose. And lower our shoulders under and find the openness to the front of your body and strong back. So squeezing our buttock. Today we worked quite a lot at that glute. And try not to open your knees wide. Try to bring your knees hip distance apart as much as you can. And one more breath. And then inhale. Lift your hips up. Then the hands goes over the head. Then maybe lift your heels. Then stretch, stretch. And then on the exhalation, gradually lower your pelvis. The spine down. And pelvis down. Then drop your knee one side and the other. So we are twisting, softening our lower back and your front of the belly. When you are ready, let's come to hammock pose. So with a belt, light foot to begin. Then head. And stretch your left leg down. And enjoy the length that you can create for yourself. We are taking care of ourselves. Finding a space. Where do you need more space? In your body? Certain body parts? Or maybe somewhere in a mental state or emotional state. Then we're gonna gradually let go only head. Keep the belt on your right foot. And make sure your head is comfortably rest onto the ground. And let's open the right leg out. Feel the inner leg opens. You might be dorsiflexion of pushing your heels out so that we can feel the inner heel or inner ankle can stretch. Yeah, springtime is we work on some liver and gallbladder meridian for Chinese traditional medicine. Which is inner leg, so inner starting from the inner heels or inner ankles all the way inside of the leg and inside of the knee through our lungs or the liver, front of the belly. That's the liver meridian or the channel energy moves. Okay, let's bring our legs to the center and we'll twist. So switch to the left hand and move your right leg to the side. So now we find the length to the outer legs. So gallbladder meridian is energy channel is all outside or side of the body. I think starting from the side of the eyes, then all it's a zigzag through the side of the face and the neck and shoulder, then side of our body and side of the legs and all the way to all the way to the feet, side of the feet. Okay, then back to center. And let's come back to hammock pose with the left foot up. Head resting on a belt and let go our arms. And finding a length. And we're gonna slowly let go on the head. Make sure shoulder head is rested nicely. Then open your left leg wide and find the inner legs to stretch. Then let's bring the legs to the center and moving to twist toward the right side. And find openness to the outer legs side of the body. And releasing our lower back. Then slowly we're gonna release the belt. Shavasana. Last pose for this practice. So make sure that you are warm, not to get cold. And resting our body here on the earth. Find a steady foundation underneath you. Also, you can imagine to float on the surface of water. When your body is tight or tension, holding a tension, so body gets heavy and sink under the water. But when you relax and let go the tension and soften everywhere, you can float. You can float on the surface of water. Imagine to float. And soften everywhere. Lightness everywhere. And Thich Nhat Hanh, Zen Master's quote again. When the time comes, suddenly you find the seed of understanding, compassion, wisdom, and love in you sprout. You have to believe that the seed of peace, the seed of joy, the seed of happiness are already in you. It is not outside of you. Gently, let's bring our awareness to our toes and fingers and inviting the small movements, gradually awakening our body and noticing our body breathing. And feel the body with the movement. And let's bring our hands reach over the head. Let us stretch from toes to fingertips. Take a big inhale, stretch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your mouth, exhale. Bring our knee to the chest. Give a nice hug to ourselves. Thanks to our body, mind, and heart. What we have today. Roll onto one side and gradually coming up to a comfortable seated position, eyes closed. Let's together big inhale, hands reach to the sky. And exhale, bring our palms together to heart center. May this yoga practice benefit you and everyone. May everyone be happy and free from suffering. Thank you very much for letting me guide through your practice, sharing your time together. Namaste. Thank you so much, and sorry about my cough.